I told you Bradfo would be able to translate that.
Yeah, I think he nailed it. Convoluted, don't count me out. But I think everybody's counting him out. Nobody really wants that guy.
And he's in his feelings a little bit.
Sure.
That the Red Sox might be signing Pete Alonso.
I hope they sign Pete Alonso.
I like that angle to it. And I'll be honest, our social media, I don't know if that was Brian, our social media played that up a little bit more than Rob said in that answer. But, yeah, is Casas in his feelings? Clearly.
Yeah.
Is he in his feelings because he gone? Not only he gone, he know who the Red Sox are signing.
No,
I
don't think he knows who they're signing. I don't. I think it's more everybody is counting him out. Everybody. I think it's more of a response to that. I think nobody even includes him in like the 2025 or 2026 Red Sox. So whatever your best case scenario is, right? Everybody's got one. I got this guy at first base. I got this guy at DH. They're going to make this signing, make this trade. I haven't seen a single like wish list projected lineup that has Tristan Casas in it.
No.
And I'm sure he's aware of that.
Do you even want him on the opening day? If he's here and he's not traded, do you even want him on the opening day roster? Or do you want him? No. You want him in Worcester?
No, I don't need him. Yeah, I guess you'd want him hitting in Worcester and see if he can turn things around. Like, the only reason I would keep him,
I wouldn't have him on the big league roster because if he's not starting, what's he doing?
No, it's useless.
I don't want him starting at first. I'd have him in Worcester.
Yeah, I'd probably put him in Worcester, and I just think because his trade value is so incredibly low, they're like, what are you going to get for him? Unless it's one of these big-time trades and he is part of that deal. And a team's like, we'll take the potential upside, include him, and then you're like, oh, no, we really can't part with him, but okay, here you go. You can have him.
He might hit 40 homers.
But, yeah, I'd be really disappointed if they didn't acquire a first baseman better than him and more somebody you can count on more so than him.
So that was Rob Bradford yesterday on WEEI Afternoons. If you missed any of it, Odyssey app, AUDACY. Get it on your phone, free, easy. You can take it with you wherever you go. It's hour number 2 of Jones and Keefe. I see Jackson is here. He's ready for the Jackson 5 coming up about a half an hour from now. Yes. Although I don't know if he has to meet with our legal team before we get that going.
Oh, that's true.
We also will go on the clock at high noon, 1 hour from now. Keefe will make his foolish case against cloning.
It's the only case.
I will make the case for. So stay tuned for it. Just know Tom Brady's on my side. I stand with Tom Brady.
Yeah, you can have him.
You're apparently not a Brady guy.
I'm with everybody else.
I think you're not Tom Brady.
No.
In this argument.
I am fine with that.
Okay. 617-779-7937. I hope what Bradfo mentioned there is Casas is in his feelings because he knows they're about to sign Pete Alonso. They're about to sign Schwarber, which isn't a perfect one-for-one fit, DH more so than first base, but work with me on it. I hope it's that. I hope he knows he's getting phased out, not just that he feels he's being left out or he's worried about getting traded or he's just a weirdo in general and posting his feelings online.
Yeah.
I hope it's because he knows what shoe is about to drop, and that's a sign the Red Sox are doing something this offseason. But I admittedly, I would tell you that's wishful thinking.
I think it is, because I also don't think like he would even know, and he would probably hear some of the rumers and things like that. But I don't think he would know.
His agent might know. If his agent is
I guess depending on who he represents.
If his agent is like, hey, the Red Sox are shopping you, and where would you like to go? And you might be going here, and you might be going there. And he's like, well, why the hell are they trading me? And he's like, well, they might sign somebody big. Like, I think there's a way he could figure out through back channels. Oh. Breslow wouldn't sit him down and tell him, but there's a way he could find out through back channels. Never mind, right, if he's represented by the same agent who represents another player and knows what dominoes are going to fall. So I wouldn't rule that out at all.
Okay, all right. So that would be pretty positive for me. I would take that. Yeah, he's just a guy that I know there's a lot of potential upside there. I mean, Craig Breslow not that long ago said 40-110. He's like a 40 home run guy, 110 RBI guy.
I would play that clip on a loop for whoever I'm trading him to.
Be like, you guys, you got to remember, he hit 24 home runs in 2023, and then since then he's at a total of 16 because he's never available. We talk about Christian Gonzalez having the hamstring injury that kept him out for 2 months. Tristan Casas had a rib injury that kept him out for like 6 months.
I mean, a year. Yeah,
maybe even a year. Maybe still dealing with it for all we know. So part of it, maybe the guy does have buzzard's luck when it comes to injuries, but at the same time, you cannot rely on him at all. And so I think that would be foolish. Like if you went into next season with him at first base, then I think you're just asking for trouble. You're asking for 2 months into the season being like, well, can Romy Gonzalez play over there, or can Nick Sogard play over there? Like, don't even make that a possibility. Just get somebody better than him right off the rip.
So I hope they're thinking big at that position. And listening to Bradfo, I hope Casas is posting and in his feelings
is
evidence of them thinking big at the position. 617-779-7937. You want to talk Red Sox, you can. Meanwhile, Tim Healy of the Boston Globe was on the MLB Network, Intentional Talk, one of those shows with A.J. Pierzynski, whatever one that is.
Okay.
And he's on there talking about the Red Sox outfield, the glut they have in the outfield, and who could be going, who could be staying. I thought this was interesting.
I think a trade of an outfielder is very likely. And if you look at the outfielders the Red Sox have, Jarren Duran kind of feels like the odd man out more than the other guys. And it will depend on once the Red Sox start talking to other teams, who teams like and what they're willing to give up. And that will shape a lot of this because the Red Sox like Jarren Duran and they'd be happy to keep Jarren Duran if they can make the roster and the outfield work. So if some team wants to blow them out of the water for Willie or Abreu, sure. Roman Anthony can go play right field. But if somebody wants Jarren Duran, then Roman Anthony will play left. The wild card here is Rafaela, who is amazing at center field, really streaky at the plate. So I don't think they'll trade Rafaela because as an elite defender alone, his contract is really team friendly. So, I think they'll keep Rafaela. I can't completely rule out that he's the one traded, but, with going with Roman Anthony, Ceddanne Rafaela, and then one of Duran and Abreu, that's a pretty good outfield.
So I think it's interesting that Tim Healy, and that was on Foul Territory, by the way.
Foul Territory.
Correct, with A.J. Pierzynski.
All right.
I think it's interesting. He kind of ran through all the names. Like, Roman Anthony's not going anywhere.
He's the one basically untradeable guy.
But he's like, Duran, sure. Abreu in the right deal, yeah. Rafaela, I don't think so, but somebody blows him away, yeah. And I found that to be interesting. Like, they have an opportunity to shop any of those three guys around.
Yeah.
And as much as Duran would be the one I would move first, if you're telling me Rafaela or Abreu is getting me a better pitcher in return, I'd do that.
Well, 100%. I think it's similar, like when we talk about some of the guys in the minor league system, or if you gave a team a choice, you're like, hey, you can have Peyton Tolley or Connolly early, right? Like you give them that choice. You're keeping one of them gets dealt away and could be like the centerpiece of a trade. Same thing here. Jarren Duran's name has been brought up the most. Like throughout the season, even at the deadline, it was like Jarren Duran, part of it is his contract. He's older than those other guys. He's also, 2 years ago, he's like one of the best players in the league. Last year, he's kind of incredibly average. So I don't know how they project Duran going forward, but it was almost like a done deal. He'd be the obvious one to go. But if you're talking, let's go like pie in the sky, Tarek Skubal in Detroit, and they're like, we don't want Duran, but we do want Rafaela.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, see you later.
No, that level of deal. But I'm saying, like, even if it gets you a better pitcher, you know,
Joe Ryan. You want to go back to that one?
Not even that significant. If it's just we could trade Duran, but the market is lukewarm and it gets him out of here. And I think a lot of fans are just done with him and want to move on. And we both, even I, who had been pretty pro Jarren Duran throughout,
right.
We were both pro him at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I was very pro Duran. Look at the Netflix special.
It's true. He was so bad to finish the year and so much worse in the Yankee series that even I was like, okay, I'm done.
It's like if he's not even your leadoff hitter anymore.
But I guess I'm not really done if I'm like, well, if I can get more for Abreu or more for Rafaela, I'd move those guys. You would move Rafaela?
Yeah.
So me too. I just think if there's a significant difference in your return, and I'd order them that way. Duran first, Abreu second, Rafaela last. And Rafaela just won a Gold Glove. Abreu's won back-to-back Gold Gloves. Like, those guys are great defensively. Mm-hmm. But I would move whatever I get the best return for. I'm not sure all fans agree, and I'd be curious to hear from them on that. I think a lot of people are just done with Duran. Yeah. Take whatever you can get, and your outfield is Anthony, Rafaela, Abreu. I think that's where a lot of fans are at. I'd shop those other guys around too and see what I could get.
I definitely would. And maybe like where we would differ is like just how low down the starting pitcher ranks would you go and include Rafaela. Like I might only include him in like a few, but I would trade him.
Like you said, if it gets you Skubal, it gets you Ryan, you're doing that.
Yeah. Even Ryan, I guess maybe I'd have pause, but I guess if you do throw Rafaela in, then you have to give up less, right? Like maybe you're not talking about any kind of like, Peyton Tolley type of thing, but I feel like on the team, really only Roman Anthony and Garrett Crochet are untradeable. Like every other player on the roster, including the minor league system, should be up for trade talk. And the outfield definitely could square itself away in a variety of ways. I think Roman Anthony probably ideally would be a left fielder, though. So maybe that kind of clears that. And so maybe another reason to include Duran. That might be your best defensive outfield that you can have. There's a chance. I know Rafael is very streaky, but it could also be your best hitting outfield that you could have. But if you're not really getting much in return, I'm not just dumping Jarren Duran for $7.7 million for some, like, nothing trade.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. I fear the Red Sox might do that just to save themselves a few bucks.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Rather Be Golfing in the Twitch chat says, guys, I tried to tell you to trade him, Duran, before the season at his peak. So meaning going into last year, off an all-star season. That's fine. I just think the inverse of that take would be you wouldn't want to trade him now because he might be valueless compared to where he was at. So do you strike while the iron's hot with Rafaela or with Abreu, trade them while they're at their peak, hold on to Duran, let him recoup some trade value, and then see where that goes. If he's good for you, he's good for you. That's great.
Yeah.
If he's good for you, he's also a better trade chip. And so selling low on Duran really would be the opposite of what you were saying a year ago.
True. I mean, you're not selling low like Tristan Casas low.
No.
It's not like he hasn't played. He just wasn't nearly as good as he was a year ago. Do you think either of those guys are on the big league roster? Those guys
Casas
being Duran and
Duran?
Casas on opening day.
That's not what I think.
Yeah, I don't think they're here either.
But
I think they're both gone.
Who's the more likely of the two?
To be here? Casas.
Duran.
Casas.
I'm going to go with Duran based on what Tim Healy said. Just
Because
if they traded Abreu or Rafaela instead,
yeah, but
Duran has a better way of getting here.
But what do you think is more likely, Duran being traded or them signing Pete Alonso?
I think they're both pretty likely.
Oh, you think Pete Alonso's likely?
I think Alonso's in play, yes.
Oh, he should be. See, this is last year all over again.
I know, but
Juan Soto. Are they in on Juan Soto?
But
no,
Alonso's not. Alonso's way closer to Bregman than Juan Soto.
He is.
And
but
they signed Bregman. So to say they don't sign people is just not right.
But couldn't the Mets
they
throw a
signed
ton
Bregman.
of money at him, and then they're like, we don't want to match that?
They could. They didn't a year ago.
They signed Bregman to a one-year deal. Alonso's getting more than a one-year deal.
Alonso signed a one-year deal last year.
Yeah, but that was so he could cash in now.
That's what Bregman did. They did the exact. They're the same.
Yeah, but I guess I just don't have a lot of faith that they're definitely going to get Alonso because I think they're going to try to sign Bregman, and then they're going to be like, look, we got Alex Bregman. And we're like, wow, you had him. And then they're going to maybe get a pitcher.
I wouldn't say definite, but Alonso's the kind of player they can sign. If there was another Juan Soto, not happening.
Well, no.
You know?
But like Schwarber should be legitimate. Alonso should be legitimate. I just think it's more likely that they try to free up an outfield spot and get something for Duran.
Even if they don't sign Alonso, we can debate how likely it is. Even if they don't sign Alonso, I don't think Casas is back. Even if they need a first baseman, they'll find something else. Casas won't be on the team.
Yeah.
I don't think.
But it's also going to be like you trade him for like a player to be named later. It's going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough. As much as everybody's down on him, it's like if you're just cutting him essentially, because I can't imagine the return is all that significant. I think what you have to do is you have to hide him in a bigger deal,
100%.
Because you're like, see, it helped us get player X. It helped. We wouldn't have gotten this guy if it wasn't.
You
for
might
him.
be getting Joe Ryan either way, whether he's in it or not. But just tuck him into that deal
like,
and be
like,
we had to do it.
Yeah.
And at least in case he goes and hits 35 home runs on a last place team somewhere,
he got it done.
You save a little face. That would be smart of them. Not very smart is Cam Schlitler. You see this, Keefe?
Oh my God, I don't like this guy. Not a fan. I know he throws gas, so congratulations to him. But he's obnoxious.
Well, he did this to himself.
Anytime you go to like the Notes app and you write this really long like sad sack thing on like Twitter and Instagram, first off, I'm not going to read it.
I read it.
Okay,
but
Can you sum it up to us?
I get you not reading
brag,
it.
bro.
I'm the man.
Thank you. I'm a reader. Not books.
I'm a reader.
Not books. I mean, I could tell you last
tweets.
time. I could tell you last time about like a Notes app tweet. I'll read that.
280 characters. I can read it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna read a book.
No, but this is like
I'm not gonna read a long. I don't read The Ringer. No. I'm not reading like thousands of words at a time. But a long tweet.
Good stuff in there.
Yeah, I'm a good reader.
Good Severance episode breakdowns.
Well, I do read those.
That's probably the last thing I have read.
Yeah. But no, Cam Schlitler, and when I say he did this to himself, people shouldn't, and I don't know if this is happening or not, he claims this is happening, people shouldn't be like berating his family and sending horrible DMs to his family.
Some of this stuff should be obvious, but I guess.
I really haven't even seen that. I've just seen people being like, hey, you guys aren't from Boston. Stuff
You're not
like
from
that.
Boston.
You're not Red Sox fans anymore, according to your kid. Like, that's what I've seen. Maybe I've missed worse stuff. If there's worse stuff,
Yeah.
obviously people shouldn't be doing that. But when I say he brought this on himself, him turning his back on Boston, the video of him saying F Boston.
Yeah, you're the man.
Saying his whole family gave up being Red Sox fans.
Yeah.
Claiming to be from downtown when he's from Walpole.
Yeah, I think so.
The made-up story about how the team in Braintree was like talking about his high school girlfriend.
You put him in their place?
Which is really just a sick brag about his high school girlfriend.
You should see her, though.
He did all,
She's in Canada now.
She doesn't go here. She's
so hot,
She's
though.
not American. She is a super hot Canadian.
You know the lady that Bob Ryan responded to? It's her daughter.
But, like, he's just a chronic liar. So when I say he did it to himself, any horrible messages to his family and even
knock
him,
it off.
that shouldn't be happening. But the blowback on, like, some of his lies, he did that to himself.
Yeah, no.
He said, Keefe, I love the city of New York because there's no organization or fan base I'd rather be a part of.
Okay.
I feed off those high and demanding expectations. It's something I learned growing up around the Boston area. At least he's changed that.
I appreciate that.
He grew up around the
Some
Boston
honesty,
area, not in downtown Boston. Walpole we're even getting loose with the Boston area, but whatever, I'll take it.
I mean, many towns in New Hampshire are closer to Boston, but go ahead.
There's that blue-collar mentality back home where success only comes through hard work and dedication.
No doubt.
That's the Boston mindset. Boston area mindset.
Right.
Growing up in a proud city surrounded by championships. Again, he's back to in the city.
I don't even know if it's a city.
I feel that same sense of pride here in New York and am eager to deliver the results for fans who put their faith in this team. Again, this is Yankee starter Cam Schlitler, who's had one good start in his life against the Red Sox in the playoffs.
I don't think this guy needs to say anything.
Right, well, that's the other thing.
What are you doing?
Why did he all of a sudden decide to do this? It's so far in the rearview mirror.
I don't know.
Anyways, he continues, anyone who knows me knows how highly I speak of Boston and how much I love the city.
First of all, we've read a lot of apologies over the years because there was a time where everybody was getting canceled for all these different reasons. I think one thing, if I was a PR person to stay away from, is the line, if people who know me.
People who know
me.
If you know my character.
It's like you're talking to a lot of people who don't know you.
Right.
So, and you're not, and these people aren't speaking for you. You're speaking for yourself right now.
Anyone who knows me knows how highly I speak of Boston, how much I love the city.
You know me.
There's a viral video of him saying F Boston. Maybe you don't care about that, but that just doesn't sound like you think highly of the city.
Yeah.
I knew how I'd be received starting that game, but I didn't expect people from the area where I grew up to attack my family. Again, I
don't know. Maybe they did.
He knows better than me. Maybe they are. That's not what I've seen on social, but maybe
Yeah.
that's happening. If it is, it shouldn't be.
How could you be surprised by it?
Criticism is something I've always handled well.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem that way.
No.
And that stuff doesn't bother me. Seems like it does. It just caught me off guard.
Sure.
I know I've been vocal since that start,
Yeah.
but I truly respect Boston and the organization. A rivalry is a rivalry. My loyalty is with New York for as long as I'm here. New York and Boston are both part of who I am, and I'm fortunate to continue growing as a player connected to two great cities.
Way too much. You did way too much. Nobody needs that.
He also apparently didn't screenshot it properly. I'm not aware of this.
Okay.
But I guess the little icon in the bottom right-hand corner is from ChatGPT.
That's what I've seen.
So he didn't even write it?
So
he
he
just
didn't
screenshotted
even
it.
write it. He tossed it. He tossed it into AI.
Loser.
AI spit out this crummy response. Even
Yes.
AI is like, dude, you're lying about
Yeah.
being from Boston. You're
No,
from the
we're gonna
Boston
say
area.
area.
Like even ChatGPT is like, you liar. We're altering this for you.
Yeah.
But he apparently didn't screenshot it properly or copy and paste it. He just screenshotted it right from ChatGPT, and everybody could tell it was written in ChatGPT because of the little icon.
Maybe just, stop talking about Boston, New York for a little bit. Maybe just live your life. I don't think you need to get into this anymore. Unnecessary. Yeah, and how long ago was this even?
I don't
It was
know.
like weeks. It was a month ago.
What forced him to do this? I don't know. Is it the blowback
Yeah.
from the recent F Boston video? Like, is it that?
Or maybe Lucy told him to do it after he was DMing her the whole time.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. So anyway, that's Cam Schlitler.